Oh my God, the tea is freshly brewed. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything It Ends With Us saga. For the last few weeks, lawyers for both sides have been very busy with depositions. And there have been the occasional filing that has been noteworthy. But today, we just got a bombshell. Van Wilder's wife has just had her contract unsealed. Thank you, Judge Lyman. And we have learned so much, including how much the A-lister, in her own mind, got paid, and a no lawsuit provision. Let's go through it all. Don't worry, I'm only going to share the interesting parts. But first, a little refresher. This is the contract that belligerent Blake refused to sign. Remember? She kept holding it over Baldoni and Crew's head. Ha 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 ha. This contract is 35 pages long, so let's just get to the good stuff, like Section 3, compensation. Fixed compensation. For her role as Lily Bloom, the acclaimed Teen Choice Award winner got paid $1.75 million. Surprisingly less than I thought. Now we know her going rate. However, okay, now that I'm going further down, 3.5 contingent compensation. There were other ways for her to make money here. It says, provided the picture is released, lender shall be entitled to an amount equal to 10% of the defined gross proceeds of the picture. 10%? That's pretty good. However, we know show business and creative accounting. But a more realistic way for the subpoena superstar to have gotten paid extra was with 3.6 box office bonuses. Once the film made 3 times the direct cost, she was entitled to a $250,000 bonus. Nice. And then when the film continued to make more money, when it earned 3.5 times the direct cost of the picture, and 4 times, and 4.5 times, and 5 times, that also gave her an additional $250,000 bonus each time. Pretty nice. There's even a bonus if she got nominated for awards, specifically the Academy Award for Best Actress. That would get her a $100,000 bonus for the nomination. And if she won, that would have given her an extra $100,000. This is super detailed. There are bonuses if she would have gotten a Golden Globe nomination or win. Less than an Oscar, obviously. Also bonuses for a SAG award and win. She demanded that her accommodations on set, her dressing facilities or trailer, were not less than that of anyone else's. Meaning he could not have a bigger trailer or a bigger dressing area. Even though he is the co-star and director, she's the star. And her contract protects that. The contract even gave her $1,000 per week for training, get her fitness on. She demanded exclusive transportation, meaning you can't pick her up and then pick somebody else up to go to set. No. Just for her. Wow. She had it in her contract that if they were going to film in Las Vegas, as was intended, she needed a private jet. It says so under travel. Company shall provide round-trip air transportation on one private jet. for the following: artist, artist's 4 children, artist's assistant, artist's 2 nannies, and artist's security personnel. 2 nannies. Wow. She even got $1,500 to go towards her assistant. Pretty nice. When it came to credit, her name had to be in first position. First actress before everybody else. No other actor before her. And although she didn't get paid a lot up front, I would say this is a pretty beneficial contract. It says here for advertising that her name had to go above the title of the film. Pretty impressive for her. Here's an interesting part. Executive producer credit. It says, in addition, artist shall be accorded 1 executive producer credit in first position in the main titles. Okay. Executive producer. Right here in her contract. But now it gets real juicy. Under section 7.2.1, company, Wayfarer, has approved in its sole discretion the final shooting script, budget, and production and post-production schedules for the picture. Remember what happened with the script? Somebody and somebody's husband, both of them, rewrote parts of it. That was not in her contract. So, what was she entitled to? Section 13 tells us. Company agrees that artist shall have mutual approval with respect to the following: hair, makeup, wig maker, stand-in and double, the final screenplay, which artist hereby pre-approves, director, with Justin Baldoni pre-approved, including any replacement, the co-lead for the picture with Justin Baldoni pre-approved, and any replacement thereof. In addition, artist shall have meaningful consultation over the look for the role. She took that and ran with it. She had more than consultation. The wardrobe thief stole control of wardrobe, marketing, editing, the movie. She also had consultation over the ad campaign in which artist appears and the release pattern for the picture, provided that companies' final decisions shall control in each instance, and the distributor's final decisions shall control in each instance with respect to the ad campaign in which artist appears and the release pattern of the picture. So, translation, she had a say, but not control, per her contract. Who cares about the contract? She took what she wanted. Interesting. She had a no NUDITY clause and a no simulated hanky-panky scenes in here. Artists shall not appear without clothes or be required to film any scenes in the nudity in any simulated scenes without obtaining artist's prior written consent. Okay. Company also agrees not to use any body double to simulate artist's appearance in the without clothes or in any simulated hanky-panky scenes without obtaining artist's prior written consent. There is a provision here on SH. It says, SH of any type is strictly prohibited and cause for immediate termination of this agreement by company. No employee shall be subjected to SH by another employee during the course of employment. For the purposes of this policy, SH is unwanted conduct of a Szechuan nature which adversely affects another person's conditions of employment and or employment environment. Such harassment includes, but is not limited to, any unwelcome sexual advance, request for sexual favor, or other verbal, nonverbal, or physical conduct of a sexual nature that interferes with work, is made a condition of employment, or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment in connection to the workplace, or the use of one's authority or power, either explicitly or implicitly, to coerce another into unwanted sexual relations, or to punish another for his or her refusal. For the avoidance of doubt, SH may occur between or amongst persons of different sexes or genders, or of the same sex or gender, and may be initiated by any gender or sex. In the event company is aware of any SH conduct by artist, company shall have the right to immediately terminate this agreement and available to all rights and remedies hereunder. All right. Interesting. There's also a morality clause here. It says, artist warrants and represents that prior to the date of this agreement, artist has not been convicted of any acts or acts of moral turpitude which might violate community standards of viewers and advertisers in the United States, and if publicly revealed, would result in widespread public disrepute for artist, company, and or its assignees, designees, distributors, programming services, sponsors, or subject them to scandal or ridicule. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? What happened? Ooh, governing law. The internal substantive laws, as distinguished from the choice of law rules of the state of California and the United States of America, applicable to contracts made and performed entirely in California, shall govern the validity and interpretation of this agreement. The performance by the parties of their respective obligations hereunder and all other causes of action, whether sounding in contract or in tort, arising out of or relating to this agreement, or lender's engagement and or artist services hereunder, or the termination of this agreement, or of lender's engagement and or artist services, or otherwise relating to the picture. So, California law. Okay. Right underneath there, though, it says 15.2, legal proceedings, arbitration. The parties agree that, except as otherwise required by any applicable guild collective bargaining agreement, any and all disputes or controversies of any nature between them arising at any time, whether or not relating to the picture, shall be determined by binding arbitration in accordance with the rules of JAMS. That's this arbitrar organization. That did not happen, but you want to know why? I did a little research. In 2022, Congress passed the EFAA, ending forced arbitration of SA and SH law. Translation, had this happened before March of 2022, it would have had to go to arbitration. But because all this went down in 2023, she was able to sue. And she did obtain the right to sue letter from the California Civil Rights Department, which has also been unsealed. Nothing really substantial to share. It was just a confirmation that you have the right to sue. Section 17 says that this contract is confidential. Oops. Was confidential. And that's the gist of it all. Oh, the drama. I do personally enjoy seeing what we're not supposed to see. So I'm thankful this was unsealed, and we learned a lot. And have you learned that you can support me and stay informed and entertained by reading my website? It's absolutely free. Check it out, and check it out multiple times a day. P to the E to the R to the E to the Z to the H to the I to the L to the T to the O to the N.com. Also, I love making personalized videos. You can book one on the Cameo website at cameo.com/myname. If you like my podcast, get an exclusive episode a week at patreon.com/myname. And check out my merch at buypopstuff.com. That's buypopstuff.com. If you watched until the end, you are the 1%. You are a superstar. Thank you so much for your support. And say teeth in the comments section, because this video has bite. I don't know, I just like my teeth. I like you. Hit that like button, share this video. Thoughts on everything? Let's discuss down below. Mwah.